Alright, so today we're back in the woodshed working on some guitar solo stuff in the key of E, and I want to feature this lick that I came up with today. It's going to go like this. Okay, it's pretty cool. Check it out. Okay, some really cool stuff. This is a lick, and then, so it's actually like 4 licks put together. Okay, it's kind of like learning how to talk, and you want to be able to, you know, as you get better at learning a language, you want to be able to say more words in a sentence, or say bigger paragraphs or bigger sentences. In the same way on the guitar, it's like a language. You want to be able to put more words together in a phrase. Alright, just adjust the lighting a bit. Okay, so let's do this in the context of the key of E. I'm going to use an E blues backing track. This is just one that I downloaded, and you're free to use anything you want in the key of E. Of course, after you get comfortable with this stuff, you can even change keys into something else if you're more comfortable. So this is an E backing track, okay, and I'm going to just play this like a few times to showcase it. Here we go. Okay. Lots of cool ideas there, and I just want to walk through it with you. It's a cool one to be able to use, to just be able to rattle it off. A little complex picking that we're doing here. Here's the first phrase. Well, this is all one phrase, but there's a few phrases inside the one phrase. So here's the first idea. It's you're bending the 14th fret 3rd string, and then you're going to put a bar on the 2nd string 12th fret, and then put a bar on the 1st string 12th fret. So it's 3 notes with the pick. I'm just coming in with a rake if you choose to. And report back to the 12th fret 2nd string. So it's start with the strings 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. Okay. That's on the 15th fret, 2nd string. And that is a choke on the 3rd string, 14th fret, 12th fret, land on the 4th string, 14th fret. And then I want you to do. That's really cool. That's probably the coolest part of the whole lick is the little ending. Never mind that. So you're gonna have that's a little mini chord. You're gonna take your 3rd finger and mash it down on the 14th fret on the 2nd and 3rd string, and then take your 1st finger and mash it down on the 12th fret. So it's just. I pull it down a little bit with my finger, pull it down to the floor. Okay. Just to get a perspective, let me do the whole thing from the top. It's like a... Gotta use alternate picking. For effect, I even come up on those. Just, it showcases the up note. If you want to get that same dynamic. And then I end with a, just to play that 4th string 14th fret, and then hammer it. So that's nice, you know. Try this slow motion. Messed up. One more time. what that really is I would say 4 phrases put together. Let me walk through the 4 phrases. This is the first phrase. Okay. And then this is the second phrase. And then here's the third phrase. And then here's the fourth phrase. So those are all nice phrases. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Becomes. Okay. Music is a language. Okay. So imagine you're learning a new language. And in that language, you can only say a few choppy words. That's like a beginner trying to play a guitar solo in the key of E. You know, he or she can only play a few notes and maybe a few phrases. But as you grow in your expression in that language, you should be able to start putting together complete sentences. Okay, even a complex sentence. You know, you could have like, you know, a couple ideas that could be separate sentences, kind of put together into one big one. This is like what I'm doing with this phrase. It's like a couple of ideas that. Okay. Now, you can learn this as is and profit from it, but you can profit even more if you learn this as is and then dissect it and use the individual phrases. So you have and, you know, if you're able to just take them apart and use them in the context of a blues, and that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to play for you a blues in the key of E, and I'm going to at first I'm going to run through this phrase a number of times and then maybe even play a few variations on it. Please understand that there's nothing magical about this phrase. All this phrase is something I came up with to teach you today, and all it is just 4 phrases put together into one. Okay, and the reason I'm explaining it this way is in the hopes that you can actually start coming up with your own phrases, which I'm sure you're already doing, but just to strengthen that approach, that's how I eventually got where I'm at now in terms of phrasing. Is I was just putting together phrases. I encourage you to do the same. Let me see here. I'm going to bring in this. I'm going to use a blues backing track. This is a backing MP3 track in the key of E as an accompaniment. So check it out. So cool. So I did the lick a few times, and I even threw in some variations, okay, just to keep it interesting. And it just goes to show, you know, you can play a solo with really 1 or 2 licks. You don't have to do a whole bunch of fancy stuff. You can just play the same thing over and over, and that could sound cool too. So just to recap, that's your lick, okay? I hope you're able to utilize that. If you're wondering where I got this from, I came up, this is one of my licks, I came up with it. But looking back, I think I was heavily influenced by a guy named Johnny Winter. Johnny Winter, especially in the album Hey, Where's Your Brother? And in 2020 hindsight, this style of playing, this exact lick, is very similar to Johnny Winter in the way he played on that album, Hey, Where's Your Brother? I listened to that album like night and day when I was a teenager. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this up in terms of the lesson of this phrase, but the way I'm going to wrap it up is just to play for you. I'm going to be using the phrase, and I may use some other phrases too. So see if you can try to absorb some of this information, and I'll just be doing a blues in the key of E. Check it out, okay? just a little food for thought, okay? Yeah, I messed around with it. I toyed with it. I chopped it up. I used little parts of it. Hopefully you'll do the same, you know. Try not to be too locked into one thing. It's good to take time and study an idea. And remember, you don't have to get this phrase perfectly. Let this phrase just kind of maybe just evoke or stimulate you in new ways. If that's all you get out of it, that's fine too. So it's not trying to do perfectly what I'm doing. I'm just here trying to stimulate you to maybe think outside of some of the areas that you may feel stuck in a rut, you know. So that's your lick for the key of E minor blues, and I will see you at the next lesson.